Today is Monday, and yes, today is my day off. You see, Mondays are usually like my designated work day. I literally spend most of my day sitting at my computer. Well, I mean, in between changing diapers and feeding children, breaking up fights, and bandaging the skinned knees and elbows and everything else that comes with little boys. But aside for like my usual mom duties, everything else gets put on hold and I literally just do computer work. For instance, all of the laundry from the weekend gets pushed until Tuesday, and the weeds in my garden get an extra day to thrive. All of the housework, even my meal planning and grocery order, all of that gets pushed off until Tuesday. I just clear the schedule. Mondays, I literally just sit at my desk and work. And it's been working really well for me. So I upload a YouTube video on Tuesday, and so on Mondays, like, I do all of the finishing touches on my video. I'll respond to like DMs and emails. I'll touch base with different brands that I'm working with. And all of the computer stuff, it just happens on Mondays. My Monday work day is exhausting, but it's necessary. But not this Monday, which is craziness. It feels so weird. So I'm taking this week off of uploading. I'm not uploading a video tomorrow, which would be Tuesday. We have so many things coming at us this week, and the week just feels huge. We have an event this weekend, and there's going to be people staying at our house over that time, and I'm hosting different people this week for like meals, and there's so much this week, and I just decided that I am my own boss. I'm gonna need Tuesday off. I need Monday off. And let me just tell you, I love working for myself because the freedom that I have today to not have to sit at my desk is so refreshing. If you sat through all of that jabbering and you still don't know who I am, my name is Kim. Welcome to my channel. This is a place of chaos and confusion and mom life, which are synonymous. Welcome here. So glad you're here. Welcome here. I'm so glad you're here. Welcome to my channel. I'm glad you're here. Words are hard. English is rough. Also, today's video is kindly sponsored by Dutch Valley Designs, and we will hear a little bit more about them in just a minute. Okay. Are you excited to go see Daddy, Miles?
Yeah, Daddy at the work. Let me see Daddy.
Yeah, we're gonna go see Daddy at work. We should take Daddy to lunch, shouldn't we?
Oh, Daddy's lunch.
Hey, Callie, come here. I gotta put your shoes on.
Oh, or who's on?
Yeah.
Okay.
Put your socks and shoes on.
Oh, look at my
Okay, Miles, you can go to the van.
Oh. Not the door open.
What?
Not the door open.
Yeah. Okay, let's go get your shoes. Where are they? Where are your shoes?
Mommy.
Oh. Love you. Love you. Oh, let me do it again. Okay, you guys ready? Yeah. All right, let's go. Come with me. We are in backed up traffic right now, so we're moving really slowly, so I'm not being dangerous when I'm filming this, but I got one of my signature cold brews from Main Street Roasters. Has maple syrup and then cold foam on top. And I got it for Daryl because I've got him completely hooked on these. And so I got it for Daryl to go with his lunch. So right now I'm on my way to go drop it off at his office. If there's any left by the time we get there. Wow, that is cool. Is it a digger?
They're in a dump truck.
Yep, they do have a dump truck too. It's called an excavator.
Excavator?
excavator.
There's some barbecue sauce.
Here, Daddy.
It's dirty on the floor.
If you know me at all, then you will not be surprised to learn that my plan for my day has changed. So recently, I have been looking for the opportunity to make the trip to Michigan to see my family. The boys have been begging to go visit their grandma and to see their aunts and uncles. But looking at the remainder of my week, I just knew I wasn't going to be able to squeeze it into my very busy week. So I decided to take the remainder of my day off and make the trip to Michigan. The boys did so well on the drive. I was so impressed. And we just had the best time spending 2 days with my family. Originally, my plan was to vlog part of our time, but that simply did not happen. We were so busy, we were having such a good time, and the 2 days that I was there just completely got away from me. So there isn't a whole lot of footage, but the little bit that I did record, I'm going to share with you here. Thank you. Yay!
Right down.
The boys got this little kitten from their grandpa's farm. Been hanging out with us here for about, I don't know, a couple weeks, maybe a month. They named him Lewis. We may have to rehome him in the future depending on if Leo warms up to him or not. Leo is not the biggest fan. Anyway, the last day that I was filming was on Monday, which was my day off, which, by the way, can I just say, was the most fantastic day off I have had in a long time.
Can I hit down?
The boys decided to join me while I chat with you. Today's actually not a super fun day for me. So some of you have noticed in my videos and commented on it actually that I have these growths on my hand. I actually got them after my pregnancy with Miles, and so for the last year and a half I've been trying to treat them naturally, and it's been very unproductive, which has been very disappointing. So we've decided to treat them medically, which has been more expensive and more painful. So but I do think we're starting to see some results, so that's good, I guess, you know. Anyways, I have an appointment this afternoon to get them froze once again. I think what's worse than getting them treated is actually the recovery, because for a couple days after I get them froze, my hand just hurts a lot, and there's not a whole lot I can do with my right hand, which is my dominant hand, so that's lovely. It just kind of puts a damper on your day knowing you have to go do that later on in the day, and I shouldn't even complain because there are so many worse things that I could be going in for an appointment for, but anyways, it's still painful and not super fun, so, you know. Anyway, knowing that the recovery is kind of painful for a couple of days, I want to do some things today to prep for the next couple of days. I'm just gonna be vlogging my day, and so thanks for being here, and let's get started. Something I've started doing is making sure that I have supper prepped and ready to go in the oven and just make something like baked for supper. That way when I get home from my appointment, we can just eat. I don't have to be like worrying about making supper or doing anything like that. So it's been my biggest life hack recently. And speaking of great life hacks, I want to show you my new cutting boards from Dutch Valley Design. So if you've never heard of Dutch Valley Design, I'm going to explain it to you. It's a small family-owned business that offers handcrafted like knife blocks, cutting boards, aesthetically pleasing charcuterie boards, the works. So I have 2 of their cutting boards here and you can see that the quality is just unmatched. Something that's extra special about these boards is that there are endless personalization options, and that makes these boards such a great option for a gift, like thinking like a client gift or an employee gift, a wedding gift. It would make a fantastic wedding gift. Their website is just packed with all kinds of great products, and it's clear that Dutch Valley Design's goal is to help people stock their kitchen with quality accessories that are going to last for a really long time, like these cutting boards. Another thing I wanted to add is that if you or someone you know owns a store and would like to sell and promote Dutch Valley Design's products, you can go to DutchValleyDesign.com and go to the contact tab, and you can contact them and chat with them about that. If you would like to purchase one for yourself or someone you love, you can go to DutchValleyDesign.com and you can use the code KimMartin10 for 10% off of everything on their website. I'll be sure to put that code here on the screen. You'll also be able to find it in the description box of this video, along with a direct link to DutchValleyDesign.com where you can shop these products. And don't forget to check out their Instagram account, which will also be linked in the description box. Anyways, enough of my jabbering. Let's get started making supper. Finally getting supper started. I meant to start on this forever ago and I got distracted working on some other things, and now I'm running out of time. My appointment was a little bit earlier than I was thinking, so it's kind of crunching my day, but it's fine. We're gonna get this taken care of. The recipe is from Magnolia Table. I think this is the first one. This is volume 1. So I'm on the way to my appointment, and the last hour has seriously just been chaotic. I got the kitchen all cleaned up from making supper and getting lunch around, and then was going to put the boys down for their naps and realized that they were so dirty and muddy, and we had some rain today and they got into the garden, got covered in mud. So anyway, they had a fantastic time playing in the mud, but they needed baths, and I also needed to wash their hair before they could take naps. So anyway, just kind of put a whole crunch on my day. It was craziness. But anyways, I'm on my way to my appointment, and my GPS says I am going to be there 1 minute before my appointment. So we're not late yet. So the last that I had filmed, I was on my way to my doctor's appointment, and it is currently an entirely different day. I went to my appointment, got my hand treated. It was significantly more painful than I was anticipating. Every single time I go, it has been getting more and more painful, and they ended up having to treat my hand a lot more times than I had originally thought. So that entire rest of that day. I was, yeah, pretty, I don't know, tired and just worn out and obviously in a lot of pain. So anyways, it is currently like 3 days after that and I'm finally getting back to filming, but I'm finally able to like use my hand. So I just wanted to come back to this vlog and finish up what I was going to put in this video. You know, I'm not even gonna do that. I need to be honest with you that this week has been so weird and unprecedented. It just has not gone at all like I envisioned it going. And I know we all have weeks like that, but it feels different because I was documenting this week and like recording it and vlogging it. And so like to me it feels like this week has been so weird, but I know we all have weeks like this. It's been a good week. It's been productive. I have got a lot of things accomplished outside of the days that I've been vlogging. Unfortunately, it seems like the days that I go to film a vlog are the days that just have not been working out. Maybe I'm just putting too much pressure on the days that I'm trying to vlog and that's why it's not going well. I don't know. I can't make sense of it, but I apologize to you as a viewer for the randomness of this vlog. It's been very all over the place, and I guess that's just how my brain feels right now. This whole week has felt scattered, and I guess that's evident in this YouTube video, and so at least it's real and honest and raw. So that's what we were going for, I guess. I have no idea. But the most important question is, do you like my shirt? So the sweetest subscriber sent me this shirt. Apparently she was at a thrift store. She found this shirt and it says, "Can't adult until I've had Dr. Pepper." And it was in my size. She bought it, mailed it to me. It fits me perfectly. It's just my size. It's my new favorite shirt. I love it. On the topic of sweet things arriving in the mail for me, it is a Dr. Pepper flavored lip balm. I'm obsessed with it. This is not the first time I've had a Dr. Pepper lip balm. My sister-in-law got me some like forever ago, and I'm trying to remember what it tastes like. If I remember right, it was like a cherry flavor. I haven't even tried this yet, so we're gonna try it. So I wouldn't say that it really reminds me of like a Dr. Pepper flavor. It kind of reminds me more of just like a cherry soda kind of. So I got this lip balm from two very sweet little girls. They sent me the sweetest letter and told me all about themselves. And they sent me this lip balm. Their names are Lynn and Cole, and to Lynn and Cole, if you guys are watching this, I did send you a letter back, but it keeps getting returned to me. So I don't know if I have the address wrong or if you gave me the wrong like return address. I don't know. I need to mess around with it a little bit more and try and figure it out. But I did write you back. But the letter has obviously not been mailed yet because it keeps returning to me. So I'm gonna figure it out, but I did write you a letter and it will be on its way very soon. But thank you for thinking of me when you saw the Dr. Pepper lip balm. It was very fun to get that in the mail. The garden is constantly changing. Like every single month I feel like there's new things popping up and blooming and growing in the garden. I want to give you a quick recap of my garden. I was going to do this in July. It was going to be my July garden walkthrough, and I just have consistently forgotten to do it. So I'm going to include in this video. I'm so excited to show you what is blooming and growing in my garden. So don't look too closely at the weeds because I need to weed it terribly bad. But I decided that if I wait until I have it all weeded to show you like a garden tour, it simply will never happen. So we're just gonna, you have to overlook the weeds, okay? This year I decided to put dahlias on each side of my arch, and they actually just started blooming in the last week. And let me tell you, it has been the happiest week. These are my favorite dahlias for the funniest reason. So when I was growing up, my mom would grow dahlias, and I remember one time specific, I don't know how old I was, don't ask me, I don't remember. I had picked one of her dahlias and it was like a deep red like this, and I had taken it in and shown it to her, and she told me, she was like, oh, she's like, this is your dad's favorite color of dahlias. And so every time I've grown this color of dahlia, I think of Dad. Before we actually go into the garden, I want to show you my dwarf sunflowers. This is a specific breed. I don't know, what's the word? A hybrid? What's the word for a specific kind or variety? It's a specific variety, I guess, of sunflower. This is a weed. You didn't see that. They're dwarf teddy bear sunflowers. And you can see they're just like super fluffy, and this is as tall as they get, which I love. I think they're so fun. I brought this basket out here to pick flowers, but I will come back and pick those as soon as I'm done with all this. So this has always been a dream of mine, to have a pathway in my garden with flowers growing on each side. So I planted these zinnias here. This is just a regular variety of zinnia. It's pinks mostly. But this side is a very special variety called a State Fair. And some of them are so fun. This one here is like half yellow with red dots and the other half is red. So special. These are so fun. And every time I walk in my garden, I have this little moment of like walking through my flowers. So much fun. If you remember a few videos ago, I had made these signs to put in my garden to mark my rows, and they add such a fun little touch to my garden. But I will give you a close-up of these. I think I forgot to ever do like a reveal. I don't even know. Oh, there's a bee. I started growing amaranthus. It's just a pretty cut flower variety that has this really pretty like droopy, it's so beautiful in a bouquet. Anyway, so I'm growing this year, and I actually started these from seed from my amaranthus from last year. I don't know if you know this, but you can save the seeds when they die and dry out, and then you can plant them, and you have... Daryl is trolling me by acting so interested about what I'm saying. He's going like,
I've actually never known these things.
Oh my word. Anyway, it's so hard to film with you because you're like...
Because I actually care?
You're trying to flirt with me.
Well.
Okay, anyway, you can dry these. It saves money because it's kind of expensive to buy amaranthus seeds every year, so you can just do that. I have a row of marigolds here because I was falsely informed that if you grow marigolds in your garden, it will deter bugs. And I am here to put that to rest, okay? It does not work. It is false information. You can plant them because they're beautiful and it's fun and they're easy to grow, but it is not going to deter the pests, okay? I find Daryl in this garden every day. These here are sunflowers. I think I mentioned in the beginning of this growing season that I plant my sunflowers in groups of 3. So this is my second or third planting. I don't even remember. I think it's my third plant. I think this is my third planting. Anyway, these sunflowers will be blooming about the time my other sunflowers are dying. So this is exciting. Here we have carrots. It's my first year having carrots actually do well. So this is exciting. The boys are thrilled to be growing carrots. They love carrots. Moving on, this is my crop of weeds. They're doing fantastic this year. I am a professional weed grower. If you ever have questions about how to get a lot of variety of weeds, I can inform you, okay? Yeah, I am just the best. I'm sorry. I know you want to be better than me, but you can't be. I'm just the best. In among my beautiful weeds, I have some peppers. These are jalapeno. Okay, these are my hot peppers. I will use these to make like salsa and other like tomato things like my spaghetti sauce, my pizza sauce, things like that I am going to be canning. I will use the hot peppers for. These are just bell peppers. I have one very tiny bell pepper plant because my son stepped on the plant. He also stepped on this one, which is why it's growing at an angle, but anyway. These are my onions. And can someone who's actually good at growing onions tell me what I'm doing wrong? Because my white onions, which is, I think it's the Patterson variety, they're doing fantastic. These are purple onions in this little row here. Not that. These are purple onions, and they have not grown very well at all. They're like that big around, and I don't know what I did wrong. I did the exact same thing to these onions as I did to these onions. Inconsistency is my middle name. Speaking of inconsistency, this is my sad but vigorous bean patch. So this is supposed to be 4 complete rows of green beans. And I have probably the equivalent of 2 and maybe a half rows. I don't know why. I think I'm having trouble with like the seeds either germinating, or I'm afraid I have a certain kind of like slug or worm like eating the seeds out of the ground because they didn't even come up. So anyway, but the green beans that I do have been overperforming. They have been outdoing themselves, and I have been canning like 10 to 12 quart weekly off of these plants. So I'm thrilled with that, but I could have so many more beans if they would have all just grown. How many times and in how many videos have I bragged to you about my beautiful sunflowers? But sunflowers are probably my favorite flower to grow. They're so happy. I love yellow. Yellow's my favorite color, by the way. Now you know. Yellow's my favorite color, and sunflowers are my favorite flower. Well, actually dahlias. Probably dahlias. No, I like black-eyed Susans too. Well, tiger lilies. It's tiger lilies. It's probably tiger lilies. I don't know. I love them all. But these sunflowers make me so happy, and some of them are getting huge. I have 3 rows, and my favorite thing about my sunflowers is not the joy that it brings me, but the joy that it brings to my friends. Some of my friends, like if they're in the area or if they're over at my house, they will come back and bring a vase and pick my flowers, and they get to take them home, and it's my absolute favorite thing. That's why I plant my sunflowers. That's why you should plant sunflowers. Okay, this is my potato patch. Don't look at it, okay? Just don't. I know you're thinking it, and it's tragic and it's sad. It's weedy. It's been eaten by the bugs. But my potato patch is growing fantastic green tomatoes that my sons picked off of my tomato plants and threw into the potato patch. So I bet your potatoes can't do that. So watch your tone, you know? I'm growing tomatoes in my potato patch. I don't know. We'll see. I don't know how these potatoes are gonna look until we like dig them up, but they're not looking very promising. I had a major problem with Japanese beetles this year and potato bugs, and I have done all the things, but I left it up to the Lord. I don't have time to stress about it. As you can see, I tried the marigold thing beside my potatoes to deter the bugs, and I'm gonna make a bold statement, and I'm gonna say I feel like the bugs saw the marigolds as a ditch effort on my part to just beautify the garden for their presence. You know, they all just like swarmed in. They're like, wow, Kim made this so nice for us. They weren't deterred by my flowers at all. They actually loved them. I think they're a magnet. I think it's a sick joke that people are playing on us and telling us that if you plant marigolds, it'll make the bugs go away. But in reality, the bugs are like, ooh, marigolds. Anyway, irritating. My tomatoes. Feast your eyes. They're doing fabulous considering the very small amount of attention they get from me on a daily basis. But anyways, the boys, I'm not kidding when I say that my sons have been picking the green tomatoes and throwing them into the potatoes. So I've been trying to keep an eye on it, but I can't be everywhere. So I'm gonna leave it up to the boys' guardian angels to just keep them out of my garden. Okay, more marigolds because I bought the lie. These are cosmos. They should be blooming shortly, but I planted them later because I wanted to have some late blooms. I feel like, you know, by the time my other blooms are kind of done, I was like, then I'll have... There's a mosquito getting decimated in your bugs.
Probably squirrel.
Squirrel. Anyway, so yeah, they're going to be blooming soon. I just picked that weed, didn't pull it. And there you have it. There is a very unofficial little tour of my garden, and thank you for taking this walk with me. And it feels like you're just a good friend of mine that came over, and then we got to take a walk through my garden, and I have truly enjoyed this. So thank you for watching. Thank you for hanging with me. This video has been all over the place, and I'm so glad that you're here. And if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't, and I will see you in the next video. Bye guys.